Hey trumpet nerds! Today, I'm featuring the most orchestral style lead trumpet mouthpiece I've ever seen, the Yamaha Rod Franks Signature Series mouthpiece. Let's get straight to it. The Rod Franks is another unique mouthpiece from the Signature Series at Yamaha.
It's got a rim with an inner diameter of about a Bach 7, but with a much comfier rim style, which I'll explain in a minute. The cup is very similar to a spicy Mountain Vernon 7C. The throat is a 23, and the backbore is a very small, under-inserted 10 style backbore.
The first thing the Rod Franks piece has in common with a lead trumpet mouthpiece is its unique approach to making a comfortable rim with a narrow inner diameter. The high point of the rim is farther out than most larger sized Bach rims, but it very gently comes in to a relatively conservative Bach 7C inner diameter and cup width. The rim is actually astonishingly gentle. The effect ends up being that the Rod Franks takes up a similar amount of real estate on the face to a big orchestral mouthpiece, but has the high register and endurance benefits of a narrower mouthpiece. Honestly, this tracks when you really think about Rod Franks' career as one of the principal trumpets of the London Symphony, where he played on ultra-famous movie soundtracks like Harry Potter, Jurassic Park, and Star Wars.
Which is like literally slapping the audience around the face.
When I was researching this mouthpiece, I found various bits of anecdotal evidence that it was based on a Yamaha or Schilke 11, altered by Rod Franks' father. So I bought these, scanned them at Venture, and did some comparisons myself to see if either of those mouthpieces could explain the unique Franks rim, and no, not really. So that sweet rim is, as far as I can tell, unique to the Rod Franks. But the cup section is clearly a match between the Franks and the Yamaha Schilke 11, which according to Schilke's site is actually a replica of a 7C that Bud Herseth used early in his career. And if I pull up a pretty old Bach 7C, you can see almost a perfect match for a lot of the cup. If you're looking for an actual lead mouthpiece, for commercial music, I have to say I'd recommend checking out the lead kit from our sponsor, Venture Mouthpieces. Each Venture lead kit has 11 tops and 4 backbores, including the LX series, which are convex rimless pieces similar to the original Maynard pieces in 3 diameters, the LV or Drop V series, which have 4 screw tops in 3 diameters, or the LC or C cup series, which has another 4 screw tops in 3 diameters, which gives you 44 possible combinations and a very high chance of finding yourself a lead mouthpiece that actually works for you. Go to venture.mp or Venture Mouthpieces on social media to learn more. Okay, time to get back on subject. At the bottom of the cup, the throat entrance is a bit wider on the Rod Franks than either the Schilke or Yamaha 11 or the 7C, and I suspect this was done by Yamaha to help smoothly and nicely accommodate another very orchestral feature, the 23 throat. Since the throat of the Schilke 11 was drilled out to a 23, several sizes larger than stock, you end up with a really substantial and long cylindrical throat, just like you'd normally find in a tight lead mouthpiece, though those are often in 27 or 28 throat sizes, and not a 23 like this beast. But even with that relatively large throat, the long throat section, and smaller than stock 10 style backbore, this mouthpiece doesn't really feel like a wide open funnel at all. It has a nice, healthy amount of resistance to lean on. Compared to the larger 24 style backbores you see a lot of current US players using, the Franks small 10 with a long throat creates a more dense sound with a ton of core, even for a mouthpiece with a relatively small front end. Taking a quick look at the shank itself, you can see this little chamfer here, a feature you almost always see on Schilke mouthpieces, so probably this was Yamaha's attempt at copying whatever stock backbore was on Rod's personal Schilke mouthpiece, which could be different than the modern stock Schilke backbore or shank. As for the blank, it comes in at a super average for orchestral mouthpiece size of 94 grams, just around where a typical orchestral box setup weighs in. But obviously, this doesn't really look like a Bach blank, or any of Yamaha or Schilke's standard blanks. I'm not sure where it came from. Let me know in the comments below if you happen to recognize the blank from somewhere.
If you're looking for a more efficient rim and cup design, but normally don't like how narrow mouthpieces feel on the face, you should definitely give the Rod Franks a try. You might be especially interested in the Rod Franks if you do a good amount of orchestral pops on C or B flat trumpet, which is what Rod would have played most of the time as Principal in the LSO.
If you can get your hands on one, the Yamaha Rod Franks is basically an orchestral trumpet mouthpiece in the style of a lead mouthpiece. A narrow ID rim that feels wide, a lovely curvy and zippy 7C cup, a very long throat to balance the wide 23 throat diameter, and a small backbore to boot. Comfortable, versatile, efficient, and unique. Give it a go if you get a chance. And thanks for joining me for this episode of John Talks Trumpet, and I'll see you on my next nerdy trumpet adventure. Also, watch either of these videos to learn more about mouthpiece blanks.